Hi everyone, Crypto Vatsik here. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to the channel, and nothing of what you're about to see is considered financial advice. These are my opinions only. All right, so let's get into it. So first, I just wanted to share a chart that I shared on Twitter on July 23rd that basically gave two scenarios. The first one being we either break down back into the range and test these lows of the range, and the other scenario was basically what I was seeing at the time was a flip of this SR here. So the range high had broken through it, and some sort of retest as support now around 21,500. And I saw this overall, this larger order block here from this candle that we saw way back near June 13th or 14th, and I wanted to see a clean break of this. I wanted to see, we saw a break here, retested it, so you might have thought that it was invalidated at that point, but we're back into it here now. So I didn't at the time didn't think we were done yet, and really wanted to see it come back up here and retest stronger. So that's kind of what I was thinking, and we'll just go to the current chart now. What we're seeing, so we did see that pretty much exactly. Before that, we did come back down further, back into the range to the bottom of this order block here, tested it, very strong reaction, and broke out. And we can even go a bit further into lower time frame here. Broke out, nice back test of the candle here, and another nice strong reaction. So this was great. Great to see. This is what I wanted to see in our scenario A. We are testing this minor resistance here. There's a bit of a wick over here that we seem to be struggling to get through at the moment, but I do think if we can break through this area, that we will see clear skies up to 28K to 30, at least 28K, potentially 30K, as there's just really not much resistance in this area to really hold this thing back. So for now, it's it's a good sign if we can hold this area. I do see. This is kind of my opinion right now for the medium short term, and I do expect to see a strong rally if we can get through this little part right here. So quickly, I just wanted to show you on a higher time frame. Basically, go to the weekly. I just wanted to show you this buy zone that I had marked out here previously when we were hovering up here around 26, just over 26,000. And I had marked out this buy zone and said, this is my first area of interest where I will be buying. And we came back down, we tapped it right to the middle of the zone perfectly and headed back up. And right here is when a lot of people were getting really bearish. Sentiment was low. You saw people calling for 14K, 10K, whatever. And in fact, I was buying, between 18K to 19K area at least. And the fact is that now we're up 30%, right? And so I'm not saying that the bottom is in and the bull market started and we can't retest this zone again. I actually think we will test this buy zone again. But my point is to cut out the noise, stick to the charts, trust the process, right? So I'm not saying we've fully bottomed again. I do think we will come back and test this zone again at some point in the near future, and just have to reevaluate at that point, right? But for now, all I know is we're up 30%. We tapped it, nice reaction, so that's really good. And as I said in the previous chart, I do think we'll come up and test this next resistance up here, so around 28K to 30K area. Okay, and so Ethereum, not too much to update. I did share this as well on my Twitter, but basically just saw this little bit of a range here forming and just playing with these order blocks, kind of bouncing up in between a couple times here, and then eventually broke out. Had a retest here with this wick right now at this point. Didn't quite test this resistance up here, but definitely coming into that area, right? Coming into that range. So I see it struggling here at this point. Wouldn't be surprised to see it kind of die out a little bit back into this range, possibly for some further accumulation, consolidation of some sort, and all the while this being really our main level of support now at this point. So around just over $1,200 area. So kind of my thoughts for ETH. We'll head over to Solana. Yeah, so Solana, I share this chart, probably shared it few times by now. My long-term outlook on altcoins and just on this whole thing, right? So many coins will potentially look very similar, but basically just the thought here is that these things take time, right? So accumulation, I have my first buy zone set here. We've just dipped into it just briefly around just under $30 here at 26 bucks. I do think we will tap this again at some point, even if we head up to our next resistance, and potentially even further, right? Even if we head up here, I do see it coming back down in the future and retesting this buy zone. But the question is, will we go lower? Will my second buy zone be tapped around, which is, 13 bucks basically, right? So it's possible. Can't rule anything out at this point. I did expect to see a stronger relief rally here at this point. Maybe it's just taking a little bit longer to happen. But I would expect us to see, around 60 bucks to be tested before coming back down and playing something like this out, right? Don't take it to scale in terms of time frame and even price really. But, I do see us bouncing around in this area. It doesn't take, just a few days to recover from a bear market. You got to admit, on altcoins, we have seen a bear market. So it's going to take time, and eventually, if you're accumulating down in these areas, it'll pay off. Compared to where the rest of the market might be buying in when the FOMO starts kicking in. So that's kind of it for Sol. So Rune here, I shared this in my last analysis video on altcoins. Basically, wanted to see break of this area and break of this wedge, this ascending wedge here, right? So I shared it back here somewhere. We were retesting this trend line. Did break up. It failed, came back into the wedge, and broke out again. So I did say, I would see something like this if I start seeing it tighten up. You could go for a long up to the resistance here, and it didn't quite test it. Came very close, just over $3 here. But yeah, we have broken out again. So potentially draw this out further just as our support, and maybe we keep bouncing before heading up, or we fail, right? But I would really want to see this level hold for now, absolutely. Otherwise, I would expect us to come back down and retest, $1.60 area as our next support. But yeah, pretty simple. That's it for now. Next, I'll pull up Serum. So Serum here, if you watched my previous video, you would have seen I had explained that we were seeing this Adam and Eve formation here, and then a nice period of consolidation. Just zooming in here. At the point of that video, I think we were somewhere in here. So basically, I just saw, would like to have seen a nice break of this, retest, and then further upside. And this would have been a shorter term trade if you're looking at playing it. And we basically saw this tighter consolidation, tighten and right above the diagonal here, and broke through. Perfect retest with the candle. Actually, it was like pretty bang on. Actually, I'm actually surprised. A little bit lucky there for sure. But anyways, yeah. So nice retest and came back up, and you would have been targeting some resistance up here. So yeah, would have been a nice short-term trade for roughly, let's see if we could get in somewhere under the diagonal. Yeah, roughly 15, 16, 17% sort of thing. And then of course, yeah, full circle back down, retesting this area down here at, just over 86 cents. So kind of back into this, it's just choppy, back into this range here, and I don't see any reason to get into a position at this point. I'd wait for another retest or higher low form here somewhere first. But yeah, kind of what we've seen, just choppy right now, not too exciting. But there are opportunities in this market to make short-term trades. You just got to make sure that you've got a good target, and have your stop losses and stick to the plan, and have that shorter term time frame. So, in my opinion, next we can go into Rose. I'll just pull up the chart here. So Rose, yeah, so I included this one in the last video as well. I said basically, this is definitely an area here of support, and we're just kind of bouncing bouncing around on it. You'd have to expect that it would hold unless it was broken, right? Clear break, and it didn't do that. I was hoping for a lower low here to get potentially bullish divergence form, but we didn't actually get that. But we did get the breakout above this downward diagonal here with a beautiful retest again right on it, and then huge pump here. Actually, this was a pretty decent move, I think, from the low. Yeah, 66%, right? So really nice test back up to this. We had this range here formed before, basically from the top of this candle area, and a beautiful test of it right now. So would have been a great move to get in down here somewhere. As I said, these are the areas that you want to be getting in, and looking for a long, right? Especially with this retest here, that would have been a really good point to say, okay, have a long here. If you could get in somewhere there and basically just set your stop loss right below the low and target the next resistance, you could have targeted up here first at the range high, and get a nice take profit at that point, and then your next target could have been wherever you like, right? I'm sure there was some resistance in here. You could see it definitely interacted with it. So maybe take profit 1, take profit 2, and then possibly take profit 3, kind of let it ride sort of thing. So there's definitely opportunities. This one, I don't know if there's something that happened why it went like that, but yeah, followed the path nicely and actually further than I would have expected. But that's kind of it for this one. So I'm just going to come back to the Bitcoin chart here for a second. Just for a couple points, I just want to recap. So one being that this is a shorter time frame technical analysis, right? So essentially, if you're trading this area, there is opportunity. But zooming out, for those that are looking to invest longer term, there's no harm in waiting, in my opinion, because we will get more chances to buy at the lows. We could pump potentially for another month or even 2 months, whatever, right? Before retracing all the way back down to this point exactly where we are right now. So if you have a plan, maybe you buy some now, but I would suggest leaving some aside for later, because we don't know if this is the very bottom at this point, and it's likely it might not be. It's likely that it'll at least have another retest at some point in the near future, and you should get multiple opportunities to accumulate. That's what we've seen in bear markets. There's lots of time to accumulate for the long term, right? This is zoomed in. We're on the 12-hour here. These are trading setups. These are not long-term positions that you'd be taking based off of this TA. So there's a difference there. Anyways, just my thoughts. Just wanted to recap that. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully it was helpful. And if you want more frequent updates, definitely check out my Twitter. I share this stuff all the time there as well with more frequent updates. And yeah, thanks for joining. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.